real MMA Broski. So what's going on, Chris? How are you?
Really, nothing's going on really. I'm gonna be off all next week.
Nice. Got a week off?
hmm
Cool. Good job.
A lot of hot topics to talk about. I'm looking forward to.
Oh my God, there's so much. It's weird. Like me and Chris always before the podcast, we like talk about like what we're gonna be doing. It's funny. I said there's so many. There are so many, but I don't know. Once you like go through them, you're like, okay, some of them are connected. I feel like there's a lot of connections, but let's kick it off, dude. We had an amazing. I'm gonna say this. The best heavyweight boxing match of the year. That's not crazy, is it? Is that a crazy statement?
That's not a crazy statement at all.
That's actually, when I said that, like, I was going to say all time, but I was like, no, it's not all time. It's definitely this year. Maybe the decade. Like,
Yeah, it'd be better off saying decade, but yeah, for sure. It hasn't been that many good fights this year, heavyweight division, so definitely.
no, so Chris, you're the brains of this operation. You tell me, what heavyweights fought to one of the greatest fights? And by the way, it was a round 12 TKO. Like, that's pretty amazing. So, was it 11 or 12? It was 12, right?
I think it was 11.
It might have been 11. So, but round 11 or 12 TKO. That's crazy. So tell us, how was the fight? Deontay Wilder versus Fury. How did it go?
Okay, here's the thing about the fight. The reason why I believe that is definitely one of the greatest heavyweight fights. For sure, it's the greatest heavyweight fight this year in boxing. But it's there. It's definitely of all time. It's in the top. I would say top 5 of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Because throughout the fight, it was a roller coaster of things going on. There was a lot of storylines going on. It displayed heart from Deontay. Deontay got to be one of the toughest guys in boxing.
He's the automatic number 2. Automatic. Yes. Like, no one's gonna beat him that's not called Tyson Fury. So
no, not at all, not at all. It also displayed skill and endurance from Fury.
Yep.
Toughness on his part. There was a lot of things that went on in this fight. Starting with, there was only one person that really wanted this trilogy fight, and that was Deontay Wilder.
Correct.
He's the only person that wanted this fight. He even went the legal route to exercise his rematch clause to get this fight. And he went and got a new trainer. He was looking good in the training. He was looking good with the techniques he was trying in training, because in training, when you watch his videos, he was exercising the body shots. Normally, his fights, he just go for head and that's it. So the big question was, Deontay, what were you going to do differently than last fight?
So pause exactly what you're going to say. I just want to go in quick with the snippet. You're exactly right. I'm going to admit that I'm wrong. This doesn't happen a lot. McNeil, how many times do I admit that I'm wrong?
Happen often. Yeah.
I can count on my fingers, like, because I'm never wrong. I was wrong, okay? Deontay got a new training camp. That second fight, he fired everyone because they threw in the towel. I was like, how dare you? Like, what? Like, have any loyalty? Like, what? You know what? I think he was right. I think he literally was like, dude, I'm a warrior. Let me fight. Like, dude, that third fight, he's a fucking warrior. Like, the heart he showed, and it's the definition of heavyweight fights. He had that one weapon in the tool case that if he took out and used, it would be the end of the fight. Fury didn't have that. Fury didn't have that one weapon, that one KO punch that could end it. Wilder showed us he did twice in that fight. Twice he almost got him out of there with that. And he was just tough as nails. But I was wrong, dude. The new camp, it obviously did work. Like,
and with a broken hand too. Yeah, okay. Okay, the way the fight first started, Deontay was he was using his jab, which he would rather use, and he was going to the body a lot, because I believe his strategy was that Tyson Fury has a big body, and he's coming in at overweight. I'm gonna attack his body and then just kind of weigh in later.
Beautiful.
Get his hands, and come up high with a knockout punch.
Yep.
The problem happened when it became a fight, and both of them just abandoned all strategy and just going at each other. Yep. After the third round, they just started going at each other.
That's how you know a true boxer is when you're exhausted, you're dead, you're everything, but you still have Fury. His boxing is so good. Like so good. It's like watching Manny Pacquiao or one of the smaller fighters like Money Mayweather like but he's 270 pounds, 6'9". Like it's crazy.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane. And Deontay was doing some fundamentally flaws. He was moving into the power shots and stuff. Is like the problem with Deontay is his defense. He leaves a lot of open. Well, offense, he don't really have any issues. But after the third round, it was rock and sock and robots.
So I'll use this simile. I love simile metaphors. Deontay Wilder's boxing is like that hot girl who's been hot her whole life, and then finally is around other hot people or even smart people. Let's use smartness. When you're like Wilder, what did he have? 40 some odd KOs. Like he was 41 and 42 with 41 KOs with 42 wins. It's something crazy. Like he KO'd everyone. When he went against someone who was as pretty as him or as smart as him, if not smarter or prettier, what does he do? When all you have is that one thing, what do you do? Like, and he just didn't. He doesn't have the boxing. Will he get the boxing? I don't know. Like train. Like maybe he will. But that one, it almost was a weakness in this fight, having that one hit power. Like that's all he has. I'm sorry. Like,
but also too is it's a flip side to that is having that one trick pony allowed him to not give up and keep fighting. Also,
true. Good point. Great point. Yep. And he knows he has it.
He knows he has it, so it allowed him to I just got to hit him one good time. I just got to hit him one good time because
he did. Remember we talked about it. I told you I was like the only way he gets hit is if Fury puts his chin out and lets him hit him. I was wrong. Mm-hmm. Like he got some 2 good licks on him, like 2.
And the thing about it is with Wilder is majority of the fight after like I would say after the fourth, fifth round. He was wobbling on his feet. It was 2 things. What Fury did was genius with weighing on him, leaning on him. Because let's be honest here, it's about a 40, 50 pound difference in weight. And Fury was laying on any weight on him. And after a while, you can see that Wilder was exhausted. But what I like, though, is after they broke up from the clinching part, Wilder still approached him and took center, although he was exhausted. Like Wilder showed a lot, and you brought this point. There's only one other person in boxing there's only one person in boxing that can beat Wilder, and that's Fury. And the problem is people that just watch these fights think Wilder is, oh man, there's no way he's not this. He sucked this way. But the reality is Wilder is the number 2 heavyweight boxer in the league.
He'll trash Anthony Joshua, like straight up trash him. Anthony Joshua doesn't have what Wilder has. Wilder has that warrior, I'm going to die in here mentality. Joshua does not have that. I'm sorry. Like, he just does not. Yes, the fight against what's his name? Like one of the greatest of all time. Also, the Ukrainian guy. What's his name?
Klitschko.
Yeah, Klitschko. That fight, okay. Like, that was because Klitschko had him a few times and Wilder came back, but not to the degree of Wilder versus Fury. Like,
and listen, also too that is the reason why Joshua never answered the call.
He knows.
Wilder was calling out Joshua for years, but Joshua never answered the call. And what really sucks is it was supposed to be this huge UK fight with Joshua versus Fury. All Joshua had to do was just do his job, and Fury do his job, and they was going to fight in UK on this top of money.
Tons of money.
But Joshua couldn't follow through on his part of the deal, and he just freaking lost.
Yeah, he lost. He just lost the match. He's having a rematch, but yeah, dude, one of the greatest fights of all time, man. And I love it because you know what I don't like about it though? It's not gonna bring back boxing. This is the first time, like not even the first time, but if you went to a fair weather fan, anyone, and said, "Hey, who's Deontay Wilder?" I have no idea who you're talking about. Who's Tyson Fury? I have no idea who you're talking about. There's like no one knows these guys. Like no one. Like so it's one of those things where is this going to bring back boxing? Probably not. Like to bring back boxing, you need someone like a Conor McGregor or like a Ronda Rousey who like eclipses the sport almost, who goes above the sport, who's mainstream, going on the talk shows, you know.
Like a Jake Paul?
Like a Jake Paul, great segue. Yeah. No, but seriously, I'll be honest. Jake Paul, maybe he could be the guy. Like he could be like. Okay. That's not even a joke. I'm being serious.
From what you're saying, Jake Paul is doing all that because Jake Paul is getting a lot of people paid. He's getting a lot of views back into boxing. A lot of people are watching boxing that don't even care about boxing.
Yeah, I think it's like the Tiger Woods effect. Like you get all these people, these kids. It's really kids. People don't understand the truth about the tipping point, and when you want things to get to like the next level, the youth. If the youth or kids get into it, then when they're young adults, when they're adults, when they're in their 30s or 40s, and they have money to spend, they'll remember like what they loved. For instance, you know the best Pokemon. Pokemon kids, when we were kids, Pokemon was huge and whatnot. It had a resurgence when we're like adults. Do you know why? It's because when we were kids, we played it, and now that we're adults and we have money, now we're just like, heck yeah, give me 700 Pokemon, like Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are coming back. Like,
and, also, and there was a big resurgence when it was it Pokemon Go and people going around trying to find Pokemon.
I got that. Me and my ex-wife literally went around with the kids playing Pokemon Go. Like, so
yes. Also, to bring something to the next level, there's two demographics you got to get into it: women and children, especially when it comes to combat sports and stuff like that. If
that's
you can get
a hard market to get children, though. Women, Ronda was kind of getting it, but it's hard to get MMA with children. That's a tough sell.
Yeah, so like the thing about it is, if you get more, like that's why Jake Paul is big, because Jake Paul is a child actor who's a Disney guy, and he's bringing that fan base into boxing.
I don't think he was on Disney, to be honest. Just a fact check. Was he?
He was. Him and his brother had a show.
Oh, what was the show? The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Let me pull it up for you real quick.
Wow, investigative journalism, guys. This is on the fly, like right now.
Oh no! Listen, I can't believe you missed the point that I always call him a Disney kid.
What Disney kid?
They always call Jake Paul a Disney kid.
Well, I'm one of those analytical guys. I got to make sure all your facts line up. So.
Listen.
Listen. He was definitely a child star. Don't get me wrong, like 100%. I don't know if he was Disney though.
Okay. Let me break it down for you. He was on this show called Bizardic, but Bismarck for 2 seasons.
Bismarck?
Him and his brother. It was Bizarre. I forget his name.
Was it Disney?
Yeah, of course it was Disney.
That's so weird.
Hold on 1 second here. We call ourselves MMA Bros. You hear every UFC fighter call him a Disney kid.
Can we be honest? I'm a Disney connoisseur. Like I've watched, but to be honest, I'm not like a pedo Disney guy where I watch like little kid shows, like with like 7-year-old girls and whatnot. Dude, I know this is a MMA podcast. Can we talk about that though? It's weird. Like, it's like weird. Like,
what's that?